To be called is to be beckoned upon. To be called is to be summoned. To be called is to be awakened. But every call demands a response. Everyone that God called had to respond. Who will go for us? He said, here am I, send me. You must be able to understand that it is not just enough for God to call you. It's not just even enough for you to have a calling. You must be able to yield to the demands of the call. You must be able to pay the requisite price for you to come to the next step in keeping to the protocol. When you go to the graveyard, you are going to meet a lot of people that had call upon their lives. All kinds of call. Because your calling in God is actually predestined. And because it is predestined, you don't decide it, it decides you. That means before you were even born, you have been called. Everyone has a calling. Everyone is called by God. Let no one deceive you. Everyone. But not everybody is going to fulfill his calling. The fulfillment of the calling is not dependent upon God, it's dependent upon you. To be called by God is to be beckoned. To be called by God is to be summoned. Everyone has been summoned by God. Everyone has been predestined by God. Shoot out in time for a specific kind of an assignment. But just because you are aware of that does not really mean that you are going to come into the full manifestation of that which you are called to. When you study the book of Romans 8 that I've just read, you are going to realize that truly, before you respond to the call, you must understand that you are coming from the volumes of the book as it is written about you. Even Jesus Christ himself came to a point where he has to realize that whatever he came to do upon the face of the earth has been spoken by the prophet. It has been spoken by the wise men. It has been spoken by our forefathers. It has been prophesied by them. There was nothing new about it. But he had to come into a point where he has to align to that calling. Because the calling will never make sense until someone aligned to walk in it. But the calling is not enough. Why? Because just because God called you does not mean that God is going to walk with you. No. A calling is a beckoning. I can beckon upon you to come. Yes, you come. But it's left for me to go beyond just calling you, for me to see whether I can trust you and be able to walk with you. Is that true? Just because I call you does not really mean I'm going to communicate certain truth to you. If I dial your number right now and I called you, that doesn't mean that after I'm done greeting you, I'll begin to discuss deeper matters. No. There's a certain level of relationship, certain level of access that will bring me to a point where I will discuss certain kind of things with you. The strength of the expression of our calling is upon the level of our relationship with who called us. So according to scripture, the Bible says he called them to himself first, that they may be with him before he can send them. Are you getting my point now? It doesn't mean that the calling itself is a waste if there is no a being with him and staying with him. He said, follow me and I will make you fishers of men. It means if you can follow me. He made them, he beckoned upon them, but they have the responsibility to choose whether to follow or not to follow. There are many people that Jesus called that didn't follow him. Many didn't follow to the end. Some follow when they reach a point, they stopped. Peter said, I will follow you to the end, even to the cross. But he came to a point, just because I call, you follow, doesn't mean you reach the end.